Hello and welcome to the first viewing 4th of July special we are very excited about today. It's America Day, everybody. Very epic, very exciting. So the other day I saw Saving Private Ryan for the first time and I'm not even sure where to start with this film. The film follows Captain Miller as him and his squad fight through France in order to save Private Ryan, whose brothers were all killed in the war, making him his mother's last son. This film does not hold back at all. It truly forces you to confront some of the horrors of war and of human life. It is certainly not for the faint of heart. One of the first things to stand out to me in this film is actually one of the biggest things that people talk about in this film, the D-Day sequence, which perfectly showcases how well this film shows the absolute horror and terror of war. This sequence is such a powerful moment, absolutely filled with horrific imagery and terrifying sounds. Almost every shot is filled to the brim with blood, limbs, and death. There's actually one shot in particular that is probably going to be ingrained in my mind forever now. And it's a shot in which you see a single soldier stumbling along the beach completely out of it, and his right arm has been completely blown off as he's holding the end of it in his left. It's absolutely horrible and shows you so clearly how terrifying and horrific that day was. And other scenes throughout the film, like the sniper battle, do the same thing, where it shows you how horrible and hard war can be. The action in this film is incredibly personal. Every gunshot and explosion feels so massive and feels so real. It's a lot like Dunkirk in that way. The use of shaky cam and POV shots really helps you feel like you are in that moment, that you are in that battle. The attention to detail in every shot of this film is impeccable, with countless background shots of men lying on the floor having been shot and left behind, which partly helps show how we as a society leave behind these men. We leave behind the legacy and the honor of the men who have died for us. But also in little moments, like when one of the soldiers takes sand from the beach at Normandy and puts it in a little jar labeled France. It shows him collecting sand like that from all the fronts he's been to. Or in just how historically accurate the film is in how each character dresses and talks. But the film is also surprisingly funny at times. The camaraderie between the men as they joke around with each other can be really funny, and it gives a much needed break from all of the tension and horror for both the audience and for the characters. The messaging of this film is actually Captain Miller's final words to Private Ryan.
Earn this. Earn it.
It's not only a message to him, the character, but it's also a message to us, the audience. We need to earn the sacrifices of the men who died to build our country. Every single day we live in the single greatest country in human history, at the absolute best time possible to live in it. And every single day we take for granted the massive sacrifices those men gave us. Steven Spielberg made this film for his father, who fought in the African front of World War II. He clearly loves his country and is trying to honor the sacrifices of the men who came before him through this film, and I think he did a brilliant job. This film is all about sacrifice, and it's all about the value of one life over another, and that one life earning the sacrifices of those who died for him. Much like how we as a society need to earn the sacrifices of the men who died to build our country. This film is a must-see masterpiece. It inspires strength and national pride, and it helps show the importance of honoring the men who sacrificed their lives for freedom around the world. It's actually one of the few films that's made me cry. So while celebrating Independence Day, don't forget about the sacrifices of the men who died for it. And remember Captain Miller's words.
Earn this. Earn it.
Thank you all for watching the first viewing 4th of July special. I really hope you enjoyed this video because I put a lot of work into it. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all again for watching, and have a happy 4th of July.